Holy moly, guacamole. This is unfortunate, folks. Keith Idec reports that Teofimo Lopez turned down Top Rank's final offer way above his contract minimum, according to what I was told before a deadline late last night for the WBO 140-pound title fight versus Subriel Matias. Lopez and Matias would have fought on ESPN pay-per-view main event March 15th, Las Vegas, Nevada. It's unfortunate for the legacy of Teofimo Lopez, especially now that he's walking into his prime, to be going through this battle that he has with Top Rank. That he's been going through this battle with Top Rank and his unhappiness with Top Rank for years and years and years, but yet it never stopped him from accomplishing beating Richard Comey, beating Vasily Lomachenko, beating Josh Taylor. The opportunity that also Top Rank has given him at the stage, at an early stage of his career, you can't neglect the opportunity that Top Rank gave Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody get the opportunity to become an undisputed lightweight champion of the world in their 16 fight. Teofimo Lopez, this was a good opportunity to headline pay-per-view, to let the whole world know that you could sell, because you do got a mouthpiece. You could have sold this fight. Subriel Matias could have also helped sold this fight, because of course y'all been linked for a while. The Puerto Rican and stuff like that. It could have been better if it was in New York. The Las Vegas, I mean, why would they put it in Las Vegas? In my opinion, that should have been in New York. And Madison Square Garden could have sold out. That's the only thing I disagree with that fight deal. Las Vegas, Puerto Rico's in Honduras, in the West Coast. No. You put that in Madison Square Garden, all right? But anyway, like I said, even though that Teofimo Lopez have this battle with Top Rank, right? His unhappiness with Top Rank, that never stopped him from accomplishing goals, and that never stopped Top Rank by giving him the opportunity for him to accomplish the goals that he has accomplished. It's Top Rank that has put Teofimo Lopez to have opportunities for him to have the Hall of Fame resume that he's already attained. And in any situation, money, or in any relationship, even with women, money always plays a factor. Now, at the end of the day, yes, fighters go out there and risk their lives, and they're supposed to be compensated respectfully, right? Respectfully. But fighters ain't the promoters. Fighters ain't taking the risk and putting up the money. They putting up their lives, but they ain't putting up the money. When you want to control things, you got to put yourself in a position to be a boss. In which Teofimo Lopez is not a boss. Top Rank, Bob Arum, Todd DeBuff, and all these guys that the promotional company that locks in network deals, those are the bosses. Those are the bosses. Those are the contractors. Yeah, they say that fighters is independent contractors, but let me tell you like this. It's almost like, let me give you an example. You know, if you got a home and you need some landscaping work, you're gonna call a contractor, right? And the contractor, that company is gonna have workers, right? Me, let's say as a homeowner, whatever deal that I make with the contractor, it's none of my business how much that contractor pays his employees, the guys that's actually, you know what I'm saying, doing the landscaping work. That's not none of my business. And whether people, fighters like Teofimo Lopez understand it or not, respect it or not, like it or not, when Top Rank gets in contract with a network like ESPN, and ESPN gives them the budget, in all reality, unfortunate, that deal is none of the fighter's business. It's none of the fighter's business. This is just boxing. It is what it is. It's none of the fighter's business. That's almost like a promoter in the club. If a promoter in the club got a deal with the owner of the club, and he hires a DJ, and he be like, hey, yo, man, they was giving you a budget. That's none of your business. You just got to know that I'm going to pay you for you to DJ. But what they gave me for the budget, for anything, for the bar and all that, that's none of your business. It's none of your business. Ladies and gentlemen, look, I don't like seeing fighters, especially walking into their prime, dealing with these situations. Teofimo Lopez's nickname is the Takeover, and his job is to take over. What happened to the I'll take out anybody who they put in front of me? You remember that saying back in the days in boxing? I'll fight and I beat anybody they put in front of me. This was an opportunity to take over and then go into the next stage. Let's say be Subriel Matias, go into the next stage, and then you could dabble with the pay-per-view negotiations with somebody else. There's a lot of inconsistency in the outcry also of Teofimo Lopez, because think about it. Teofimo Lopez did say in the Boxing Voice yesterday, and I was trying to explain that on my live the other day about how contracts, how fighters sign certain contracts and extensions. Within those contracts, when you win a title, for example, if you sign a 5-year deal, but if a fighter wins a championship belt, then that's an automatic extension for 5 fights or 5 years, 3 to 5 fights, whatever comes first. That's within the contract. But Teofimo Lopez said when he was asked what happened to the Brian Norman Jr. Opportunity, he said if I would have fought Brian Norman Jr., that would extend my contract for 5 more years. But then it contradicts, and it makes people not believe that the offer that was sent to the likes of Jerome Bruce Ennis was genuine. Because if you would have fought Jerome Bruce Ennis, and you would have beat Jerome Bruce Ennis, that would extend you for 5 more years. So was that offer genuine? So now people are looking at it like, look, let me tell you like this, ladies and gentlemen. Teofimo Lopez had the respect of a lot of people, even his haters, in the recent month and recent weeks, because he was sending offers and people was declining the offers, in which a lot of people were shaming these fighters for ducking Teofimo Lopez, like a Jerome Bruce Ennis, like a Devin Haney, like a George Camboso. But then a couple of days with the tweets, then it pops its own air balloon. Why would Teofimo Lopez pop his own air balloon and momentum and brand when everybody is now on yes, Teofimo Lopez, yo, he's going at it, he's there to be great. There's fighters, there's fans like that, man, I don't like Teofimo Lopez, but yo, that motherfucker is winning the fight. Anybody, yo. But now, because of those tweets and because you're saying, oh, I want to buy out with Top Rank, then it justifies what Bill Haney said in recent interviews by saying, well, I'm not dealing with Teofimo Lopez on Top Rank, because Teofimo Lopez don't even want to deal with Top Rank. So then it justifies that, when people saying that Devin Haney was ducking, scratch that. Jerome Bruce Ennis ducking, scratch that. Now we're back in popping the air balloon, just like Teofimo Lopez did, unfortunately, after the Josh Taylor fight when he announced his retirement. Every time there's a high, Teofimo Lopez finds a way to pop his own air balloon. Whether there's just whether what was going on behind the scenes is legitimate things for him to say or do, but the fans ain't giving that the benefit of the doubt. People want to see Teofimo Lopez in the ring. People want to see Teofimo Lopez in the ring fighting and doing what he's meant to do in the ring and enhance his legacy and be entertaining and sustain the interest, captivate the imagination and the emotions of the boxing fans. This was an opportunity to do that, especially the matchup of Subriel Matias and Teofimo Lopez. I would have liked to see Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney. I would have liked to see Teofimo Lopez versus Jerome Bruce Ennis. I would like to see all those fights. I want to see this man in the ring and take over. Do what you call yourself and take over. And you cannot take over sitting in the bench. Teofimo Lopez can't take over sitting in the bench. I can't score 30 if I'm not in the court. I can't score a touchdown if I'm not in the field. In the end of the day, bro, people could voice their opinion and voice their frustrations publicly. Once, maybe twice. But it seems it's a constant outcry. It's a constant crash out. It's a constant being unhappy. It's a constant complaints and the self-victimhood. Hey, yo, we're living in a world right now where people are tired of self-victimhood. Everybody is struggling out here. There's a lot of people unhappy in their jobs and stuff like that, but still got to go and wake up early. You know what I'm saying? Go to the job they don't want to go to, but to feed their families and feed their kids and stuff like that and feed themselves. They got to do what they got to do, even if they're unhappy. But you got to keep on waking up. You got to keep on pushing. And when you on track, hopefully you get that type of break. Hopefully something comes around with prayers and presenting things to God. And I'm tired of hearing people always trying to mention God, but don't have faith in his timing. Teofimo Lopez was on course. Teofimo Lopez on the track, on the course to enhance his greatness. Now, I'm not saying we don't know the details behind the scenes of any fighter. We don't know the details behind the scenes of any fighter. But what I'm going to tell you like this, whether fighters like it or not, when it comes to the sport of boxing, the boxing fans don't give a rat's ass what's going behind the scenes. At a certain point, people will be like, hey, yo, stop complaining, bruh. Fight. Bitches do that, bruh. Complain. Every effing time, complain on your highs and on your lows. Complain. Hey, yo, shut the fuck up. Do what you meant to do. Fight. Enhance the legacy. Be great. How many times we see these fighters going into their prime, whether it's they're doing or something else happened in their life. It's unfortunate that we missed several years, 3 years of Muhammad Ali's prime career. Mike Tyson's prime career. And let me tell you, let me just go by with the Mike Tyson stuff. Because I said, people don't care what happens behind the scenes or what's going on in your personal life. And whether people got substance abuse, whether people got marriage situations and problems and stuff like that. Hey, yo, Mike Tyson got convicted of rape. Let me tell you like this. In boxing fans don't give a damn about that. We want to see fighters in the ring. We don't give a damn if a fighter like Ryan Garcia mentions you several years ago, I got mental illness. The fans don't give a damn. The fans want you to overcome and want you to overcome in the ring. This is a waste of time. It's a waste of your career. This is a waste of, not a waste of your career, but waste of your prime years. A lot of fighters want to be Floyd Mayweather Money Made the next day. At this stage of Teofimo Lopez's career, at the age of 27 years old, Floyd Mayweather just beat Chop Courtney. If I would have told you right back then, when Floyd Mayweather was 27 years old, hey yo, do you believe that Floyd Mayweather is going to become the richest athlete in the world ever? You would have laughed at me. You don't think that Floyd Mayweather was unhappy with his contract? You don't think that Oscar De La Hoya was unhappy with his contract? You don't think a lot of great fighters, legendary fighters, was unhappy? We seen when Mike Tyson was unhappy with Don King. We seen when even Ryan Garcia was unhappy with Golden Boy Promotions. We seen the unhappiness of a fighter, but there's certain fighters, even the great ones, that keep on going. Just like Oscar De La Hoya wasn't happy in the later part of his career, in the later part of that contract with Top Rank. But you know what he did? He built Golden Boy Promotions after the contract. Boom. And look what happened, because he became a boss. That's the real takeover. That's how you take over. But you got to keep on going. You got to keep on fighting. You got to keep on moving. Another thing. And I'm a Teofimo Lopez fan to the core. And everybody in this community know this. But I break it down on bossy, logically, and objectively. And there's certain things that I don't like what was being said. And I don't like how you may be, you as a fighter or as a person may look. Because I don't like this self-victimhood shit. Everybody got problems. Mention it one time, but it's not a constant thing. Keep your marital problems or your marriage or whatever, the divorce, out of just out the public eye, out the public ear. We heard it leading up to the George Camboso fight. We heard it leading up to the Josh Taylor fight. We're hearing it right now. You got a lot of enemies out there, brother. These mother effers don't give a damn. They laughing at your vulnerability. You might not care, but you engage with them. They don't give a F about you or your family or your kids. Nah, bro. If this is true, in my opinion, it's not an ideal move. I don't know if it's right, and I don't know if it's wrong. Hey, and you know what? It might not be my business because it's not my business. And I'm not the one that's risking my life out there in the ring. From the outside looking in, it might not be the right time, in my opinion. Because I believe that this was a good opportunity. There's a great opportunity. There's a great opportunity. And guess what? You was not going to be fighting a world champion as well. So there was not going to be no extension by beating a Subriel Matias. Sometimes we pray for things and then we get it. And then we ungrateful. For how long you been wanting pay-per-view? Hey, yo, and another thing. I don't want Teofimo Lopez to have something in common with a person like Clarissa Shields, because Clarissa Shields is a world champion, one of the best decorated champions in the history of the sport of boxing. But her mouth and her attitude and her looking at everybody else's, her contemporaries' numbers, women fighter that she has that she's never gonna fight. The jealousy and the enviness of what she has for the man of Serrano and Katie Taylor and stuff like that. But then we see Teofimo Lopez and he's talking about Shakur Stevenson and Justin Tweets throwing shots at Jared Anderson. Why? Why? Why you voluntarily want to be hated? Voluntarily trying to create enemies. You create enemies to the people probably that they got what you want. That you're gonna potentially fight. Nah. I don't want my brother to be a pocket watcher. Nah, I don't want my brother to go out there and be a fucking hater of everybody. Because probably they doing right, or probably they got good, or they got good deals. Or their manager constructed a good deal. Can't be with this self-victimhood all the time. Everybody else's problem. Everybody else's problem. No. Everybody got to held responsible and accountable except thyself. Because in the end of the day, all you fighters that got a problem with a promoter, it was you who signed the motherfucking contract. Nobody else did it. Yeah, we all unhappy. But so you know what? We sign up for it. Just like if you buy a car, right? And you love the car in the beginning. And then all of a sudden you be like, man, I don't want to pay for this car. This ain't even valid for the car. I already had this for 5-6 years and stuff like that. But damn, I still got to pay all this monthly, the monthly cost because I financed the car, but the car ain't worth it like that no more. And I want to get out the contract. Nah, man, you signed that contract. Respect that contract. Because within that type of contract, it gave you legacy. It gave you opportunities. It gave you generational wealth. It accomplished your dreams. But the more and the more that you're unhappy with what you have accomplished, what other people have given you the opportunity to accomplish, God's gonna take it away. Because we're saying that God blessing is not enough. And the more you're unhappy with the opportunities and the blessings, oh, God is not enough. Man, you want a pay-per-view? You gotta have a pay-per-view. Headline, Subriel Matias. Last year didn't happen, but look how they come back around this year. Well, maybe they got a plan. Maybe they got somebody to buy him out. Hey, maybe Canelo Alvarez is going to buy him out. But it doesn't seem like it because in the end of the day, he's questioning. Teofimo Lopez is out there tweeting and questioning. I got to keep it unbiased, logically, and objectively. Why? It's publicly because things are public. Tweets and interviews and I believe that Teofimo Lopez has the ingredients, the skill set to be one of the greatest that ever laced him up and be the greatest of this generation. That's why he's the takeover. That's why I say he's the commander-in-chief, the captain of the generation, the commander-in-chief. But you can only be the captain if you leading the way. You can only be the king if you are, you know what I'm saying, in your throne. You can only eat if you hunt. Get in that ring, my brother. But you know what? There's other ways that fighters could try to get out of contracts if it's not a buyout. It's almost like what Kanye West did in his Adidas deal. When he says certain things about, let's say, Jews, and people the Adidas people didn't like that, so they terminated his contract. Let me tell you something was on contracts and promotional contracts that a lot of people don't know. And I want you to read this, and maybe this is a tactic that Teofimo Lopez probably may be using is the reason why, why is Teofimo Lopez saying this monkey banana stuff and stuff like that? And you really think that is about Terrence Bud Crawford? You think that is about Tank Davis? And it's really a tactic to get out the contract as well. Because in promotional contract, it reads this. If fighter commits any unethical or immoral act or engages in any bad conduct, promoter in its sole discretion may terminate this agreement. Promoter has the option to terminate this agreement at any time for cause or without cause. So in conclusion, that may be Teofimo Lopez tactics. I don't know. But all I'm saying is, you could complain. You could be frustrated. We're all humans, right? But certain things don't have to be public. And certain things just need to be said once. People don't need to know that you're having problems with promoters all the time or having problems with the lady all the time. You feel me? People don't got to see the vulnerable, your vulnerable state. They don't got to see that. They don't got to be witness to that. That's so victimhood-ish. That's weak. It's weak. Plain and simple. And Teofimo Lopez is a fighter. You got to be a fighter in the ring and also a fighter outside the ring. You're made for this. You're made to go through adversity and adjust and overcome through adversity. That's what fighters are. That's what fighters do. That's your profession. These promoters, even if you're not signed with Top Rank, you go to another promoter, their job is not to like you or love you. Their job is to make money. And it's to make money off of you. Anywhere you go, it's going to be the same thing. But let me tell you like this. And as much as I believe that Top Rank also have dropped the ball with Teofimo Lopez, especially after he beat Vasily Lomachenko and didn't want to give him the type of value and money that he deserved when he was going through the negotiation with George Kambosos before the purse bid. I didn't like the way that ESPN Top Rank played to the lead up of Josh Taylor fight. And y'all already know that he was promoted as undisputed. And then y'all shitted on him and spit at his face and called him a unified lightweight championship champion, former. Because Teofimo Lopez already worked his ass off to accomplish those and to be mentioned amongst the greats and to be mentioned as an undisputed, especially in the lightweight division, and to be recognized by everybody. He should be valued. He should be paid more. Yet, they say men lie, women lie, numbers don't. And just because you accomplish a lot of things, that doesn't mean it translates to the gates, doesn't mean it translates to the pay-per-view buys. It is what it is. But you got to keep on marching. You got to keep on moving forward. Just like Floyd Mayweather did. He kept on marching, moving forward. And look how he managed to be. You can't take over if you're on the bench. You only could take over when you're in the ring.